5 that have been blessed enough to be in the program, A New Promise. Spearheaded by Ms. Reba and recently retired Mr. Glee and Doris Grant. I'm just able to talk about this after 30 years. It took 30 years to be able to talk about this through therapists, psychiatrists, and counseling. The man my father gave me away to turned out to be the man of my nightmares. I 28 plus year domestic violence survivor. Hit, slap, kick, punch, drug, concussions, 9mm butts to my head, even shot. Not supposed to be here. But by the grace of God, mercy, I am. Had 3 wonderful children through this union. 2 sons. Brando, he's an electrical engineer. He works for the Department of Defense. My second son, he's newly promoted Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force. He is in law enforcement and is an interrogator. My daughter is a baccalaureate RN. After all those years of violence, and I guess I finally got the point when he fired a gun at me. So finally went back home, moved back in with mother, and after a year or so I moved here to see my grandkids. I was back and forth a couple of times, but the third time it stuck and I stayed. Ended up in the shelters in downtown Charleston on Medium Street. And luckily I'm a United States Army veteran, and so I was on the veteran side and not the general public's population side. And that's where I was introduced to Ms. Doris Grant from the Palmetto Action Cap through Ms. Griffith, who's the liaison for the veterans. And since then, I've found housing and work. I went back to school to refresher course in nursing. I was a charge nurse, and my husband decided I should stay home. I did so. I went back to school to get a refresher course, to get relicensure, and the monies ran out. President Obama had a program, Veterans Retraining Action Program.
Yep.
But when I found out about it, it was at the end of it, so I got a few months out of it, so I couldn't afford the monies to continue. Ms. Celeste Howard has given me some hope about some tuition monies and scholarships so that I can continue and go back. Currently, I'm working in a restaurant, and very thankful and grateful that I'm able to pay my light bill. Like I said, it's taken 30 years for me to utter these words of what's happened to me. And Miss Doris Grant is the person who's out in the field and comes out to the apartment, to our homes, and check on us, make sure we're budgeting and doing the right things and staying in counseling. And she's even ministered to me. Like the recipient before me, July 18, 2013, I did too try to commit suicide. Fell on my knees and been hitting on the right track ever since. Ms. Grant, Ms. Doris Grant, I want to personally say that I appreciate you and I'm so grateful that you came into my life. I know sometimes you can be a real hard but it's worth it.
Oh, it is
Thank you
worth
so
it.
much. Thank you.